Baby, we got something to talk about today. We got something to talk about today. I don't know if you happen to catch Nene Leakes on the reel today, but she has some things to say about a possible return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And y'all know we got to get into it. Plus, we're going to be talking about that Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. We ain't going to talk about it for long. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it overall, and then we're going to get on with the get on. But we're going to get on with it right after this. What's going on, Skye Squad? We back in the building. We back in the building, y'all. We are back in the building, and we got to talk about a couple of things today. I already gave y'all a little bit of a preview of what we're going to be talking about today, but we got some celebrating to do. We got some celebrating to do because, y'all, my brand, Emirin, is live, baby. It is all the way live. Go ahead on over to shop Emirin at emirin.com. Okay. You guys will get a 10% discount when you use code Skye Squad. And we talking sea moss. We talking organic greens. We are talking African mango for weight loss. We are talking anxiety formulas. We got it all, baby. So get on over there onto the website. I'm going to put the information down below so you guys will have all that information, all that good tea, and you guys can get your discount right away. Now, with that being stated, I will put the link down in the description down below for those of you guys who missed it, but it will be scrolling right here across the screen. So listen, baby, we celebrating all day long. I want to also send a special shout out to Mrs. Monique Samuels. She had me on her show last night, and she was really doing some great promoting for the brand. And fun fact, she was actually my first customer. And she bought just about everything that we got on the shop. So head on over there. And, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. New venture. And for me, it's all about health and wellness. You know what I'm saying? Just maintaining your immune system and all that good stuff. And it will do your body good. And that's what we here for. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all ready to get into this tea. And thank you all for the congratulations. I appreciate that. I really, really do. We had a birthday in the house. Nezzy Porter says, hey, Richie, it's my birthday. Thanks for going live on my special day. Nezzy Boo, happy birthday. Happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish you a very happy one. Also, let me know where you're watching from in the chatterization, because y'all know we a little nosy over here. We like to know what y'all, where y'all watching from. You know what I'm saying? And thank you guys all for the congratulations. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I'm just trying to do something good for the community. Fun fact about this, I started this brand really solely based on the sea moss capsules because I was getting sea moss from my parents. And, as your family gets older and stuff like that, you want to just make sure that they are able to fortify their immune systems with everything that's going on in the world. My parents did not like the taste of the sea moss, so I wanted to create something that they could actually take and enjoy. You could travel with this. It's just good for you. And I'm so excited about it, y'all. So excited. Now, the link right here is scrolling across the screen. However, should you need it, I'm going to also place it down here in the description box down below in just 1 second. Okay. I want to start off by talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay. Oh, gosh. Y'all, do y'all know that this reunion could have been really, I'm going to say it like this. This reunion could have been two parts. It could have been one part, a reunion for the rest of the ladies, for Garcelle and Lisa and Garcelle and Dorit, for Crystal and Sutton, and for a little bit of Sutton and Erica, and a little bit of Kyle and Kathy. And honestly, part two of that reunion could have been Erica and Andy sitting in the Watch What Happens Live clubhouse, just with him asking the questions. Now, let me go ahead and say this, because there honestly is not a lot to talk about with this. outside of the fact that, for me, while I appreciate Andy asking the questions that he asked, my only issue is that when she was providing her responses, a lot of times she wasn't really answering the questions that were being asked. And she was snapping at him and answering all types of ways and just cutting people off, talking over top of them. She literally sunned Dorit several times. She shut down Sutton all the way. And Sutton was, in general, one of the only people who was really trying to speak up, Sutton and Garcelle, but basically Garcelle got shut down too, which is a little disappointing to me because I need more from Garcelle. I need you to, I need more backbone next season. Garcelle and Sutton. But to me, honestly, if I was Sutton, if she comes back next season full time, I would not ask anything about Erica at all. I would not even speak her name, to be quite honest with you, because ultimately, the only thing that's going to happen is the rest of the girls, Lisa Rinna, Kyle, Dorit, and to a certain degree, Crystal, are all seemingly clamoring for Erica's attention, and they want to be able to prove that they are the ones who are sticking up for her, that they've never said anything behind her back, as if they are afraid of her for some reason. And, it doesn't make any sense to me. So if you're going to have another season of them just continuously sucking up to her and really allowing them to speak to her and speak to them in any kind of way, that's not fun for me as an audience member to watch. And I don't understand why they think that that's going to make for a great show. Yes, this season they might have gotten us with this season, and this season was good. But you can't do the same thing next season. Because honestly, the only thing that's going to happen is if anyone dares to ask any questions, the group itself is going to turn on that person and they're going to beat that person into submission and ice them out so that they don't feel comfortable enough to ask questions any further. And they tried to tell Erica that last night. Look, like, yo, you say come to me and ask me anything. I'm an open book. But you ain't so open because every time somebody asks you a question, you bite their heads off. And then they're too afraid to bite back for some reason. And she mentioned something that really it set a lot of people off on the wrong note when she talked about at first. She was like, well, in Potomac, the things that I'm saying would have been a conversation. In Atlanta, it would have been a conversation. And I was in my mind looking like, no, what? But then she cleaned it up at the end with, oh, New York and New Jersey, it would have been a conversation. And I was like, no, okay, I see you clean that thing up right quick. But I was going to also say that she would not be able to do that in a New Jersey. She would not be able to talk to them like that in a Potomac. She would not be able to talk to them like that in an Atlanta. So she could get away with that with this group of ladies, but she should know, mentioning those other cities, they would eat her alive, okay? They would eat her alive. There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, JMW had a super chat. Richie, super excited about my order. African drops and organic greens waiting at the mailbox. Hey, and we are doing, listen, we are shipping out pretty fast, y'all. Pretty fast. I placed my own order for 15 samples of each, I think yesterday, and we've automatically we're starting to ship those out because I use a fulfillment center. So everything is fast, man. It's fast. So I've been working on this for a year, y'all. I'm super, super excited about each one of these things. And it's going to be life-changing. Life-changing? Okay, especially once y'all start using that sea moss. I can't stop using it, okay? I got digestive issues. So for me, sea moss is life, okay? And for those of y'all who know the words of prayer for those digestive issues, come on now. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, for me, my disappointment with Andy comes in where I feel like was allowing Erica to railroad him. And I just didn't like that because it's like she just talked to him any kind of way, and when she didn't give a clear answer, he continued to just press on with the questions as if she answered it clearly. And I understand he is not Barbara Walters. I understand that. I understand he is not, he's not a deep dive interviewer. I get that. But at the end of the day, we're not getting any answers or any new information. So I just felt like we could have had a one-part reunion for all the girls And then we could have had a one-on-one hour-long sit down with just him and Erica where he asked her those questions. And that was that. Okay. That's how I feel about it. We're going to move on because I don't want to even waste any more time on that reunion. Don't give me no 4-part reunion, okay, if you are not going to give me 4 parts of epicness, okay? Because it's disappointing to us, and now we don't trust you anymore with a 4-part reunion. We already had our eyes on the screen. Like, did you say 4 parts, baby? It better be 4 parts of sparks and fireworks, and it was not. It was not. So, Potomac, these 4 parts, y'all better bring it. Y'all best to bring it, okay? Y'all best to bring it. Otherwise, don't waste my time with it. Don't waste my time with it. I want to move on over to Married to Medicine because Married to Medicine is filming right now, okay? And shout out to the Jasmine brand and also shout out to Urban Bell Mag. These 2 sites had basically picked up this information from Dr. Heavenly doing her normal YouTube live. And y'all know I live for the Dr. Heavenly YouTube lives because I feel like she is able to sort of kind of give us a taste of what the new season is bringing. And so in this little teaser, you know, someone had asked her a question, and I'm going to kind of give you guys a breakdown of what was said. She did say that season 9 is off the chain. Okay. Oh, well, I should say the new season. Is it season 9 or season 10? Is it going to be going into season 10? I can't remember. But what I will say is that she said it's off the chain. She says, I think y'all going to see a different side of y'all going to see a side of Dr. Heavenly y'all haven't seen before. She says, I'm going to just put that out there. She then says this, which is so interesting. She says, I'm not going to lie, y'all. I started to talk about how I got my butt whipped. But you know what? I ain't got my butt whipped in a while. And I want to say that the doctor that hit my butt when I was born, I heard on this before. I've talked about this before, and I'm still looking for him. I ain't got my butt whipped no more, okay? She says, then she's kind of clarified. She says, all right, I'm going to say that I did not. It might look like it. Let me stop. I play too much. So it sounds like she's indicating that there may have been a situation that got a little bit too heated, and there might have been some type of altercation or some sort that makes her look like she got her butt whipped. Now, I'm trying to figure out who on this show might be able to give her the butt whipping, okay? Who owned it? Because I don't think that many of them can really go toe-to-toe with Dr. Heavenly in terms of, you know, one-on-one verbal altercations, except for Mariah. Mariah and Dr. Heavenly, to me, is classic, okay? It's classic. It's classic. Lisa Nicole Cloud might have tried, but I don't think she was really ready for Dr. Heavenly like that. But Mariah, I got the receipts, Mariah. The arguments between the 2 of them, you know, they are just to me, are epic. Now, Toya, okay, that's okay. Okay, Karen basically puts it to us like this. Toya, Qua, or Simone might be able to give it to Dr. Heavenly. Because let me tell y'all something. When Dr. Heavenly and Simone had got into it, baby, let me tell you, I was worried. I was worried because I felt like, you know, Dr. Simone, she don't back down. But neither does Toya. Neither does Toya. And Quad and Dr. Heavenly, they look like they could, you know, kind of get with each other too. Although in my mind, even when Quad did kind of go up against Dr. Heavenly, I don't know why I didn't believe it, because in my mind I'm like, I see y'all hanging out all the time, so why would I believe y'all fighting? Y'all act more like sisters than anything else, okay? Now I don't know if I believe that Simone can whoop Dr. Heavenly, but I definitely believe she can go toe to toe with the screaming, okay? Because you know Simone like a scream, okay? And Chris says, what if it was Dr. Cone Tessa? Okay, Contessa? What if it was Dr. Contessa? I mean, I don't know. Well, here's the thing. I love me some Quad. Somebody said Toya and Quad on the Only Fighters, but I love me some Quad. But listen, she ain't really do too much when Lisa Nicole had done thrown that glass of water at her, or popped her in the face with the glass or whatever she did. But you know what? The people, really, you don't want to have to fight no way. Like, let's just put it like that. Don't nobody want to have to put no paws on each other no way. But I'm just talking, we just having a good old time talking about who we think might, have gotten with Dr. Heavenly. But we love Dr. Heavenly over here. We do. Yes, Simone and that screaming, baby. Simone and that screaming. Let me tell you something, Autumn. If Dr. Jackie turn around and throw a surprise on us, listen, I would love to see it. I would love to see it. But Dr. Jackie is not going. Dr. Jackie would not dare bother to get her hands dirty enough to throw some bows with anybody. Because Dr. Jackie has got too much going on in her life. She got too many commercials to do for the network, and she is not, okay? Dr. Jackie is not going to get with you like that. Dr. Jackie, I feel like, going to get you in another way. And I don't know if it's the good way. You know what I'm saying? It might be worse than getting a butt whipping. It might be like, get on or something like that. That's how I feel, because I told y'all, I feels like in my spirit, behind the scenes, Dr. Jackie is running the scene. I think Dr. Jackie is running the girls. I really do. In my mind, you can't pay me to believe otherwise. Y'all submit another commercial for me, okay? That's how I feel. I do believe, now listen, I do believe Dr. Contessa can throw down. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I believe she's the type that, when you take karate when you're young, for those of you guys who have taken it, okay? Right. Big sister Jackie, okay? For those of you who have taken karate when you're young, you know that they teach you only to use the karate, okay? If you absolutely need it, okay? Only use the karate if you absolutely have to. That is the way that at least I was taught karate when I was taught the karate. And so Dr. Contessa makes me think of that type of person that has taken karate, because it feels to me like she would only go there if she absolutely had to. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Those who know. Those who know. Those who know. Shamar says Dr. Heavenly has grown on me, but you can only say your mama so much before somebody want to throw a hand. Okay, Billy Blank style. Okay, y'all know what y'all remember back in the day, Billy Blank's Tabo or whatever it was. Woo, y'all. Okay, don't get it twisted. I still know a little something. We're gonna move on to the next topic, because y'all will have me laughing about this all day long. And thank you for that super chat, Shamar. Appreciate you. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we got to talk about. The subject of the day, okay, that's on everybody's lips is gonna be Nene. Okay, shout out to our friends over at OMFG Reality TV. Go on over there, and hit the like, hit the follow, comment. You know what I'm saying? Show my people some love. So, you so Jan, get out of here. So, okay, for those who don't know, Nene Leakes was on The Real today. Queen Nene Leakes was on The Real today. And one of the questions that Lonnie asked was about if she would return back to the real. So it wasn't, I'm gonna tell you the truth, it wasn't like Nene was over there saying, give me my job back, give me my job back. Nope. She was asked by Lonnie Love if she would ever return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And so, Nene was basically saying that she's okay returning to the show. She would return to the show, right? Because she also has some unfinished business, as some people on the cast have said. Okay, she has some unfinished business. Now, this was interesting to me. It was interesting to me because I wanted her to return to the show. I did. I just feel like, it would be very interesting to see Nene on a season of Real Housewives of Atlanta with Marlo as a full-time housewife. Okay. That would be very, very interesting. It would also be interesting because Kenya Moore, it wasn't just maybe about 2 weeks ago that Kenya Moore had done an interview stating that she would love to have Nene come back to the Housewives because she knows that Nene Leakes is good TV. Now, for me, I say Nene Leakes, I would want her to come back. But if she comes back, it has to be in a full-time capacity. So that's the network. The network, Bravo, you guys to do something on y'all end to keep her on full-time and not these, popping in every other episode like y'all had her doing before. But then for Nene, I'm going to need you can't walk out of a scene because you don't feel like doing it no more. And you can't leave the reunion because you don't feel like doing it no more. So you got to stay and dig it out with everybody. And it can't just be you do something, you walk out of a scene because you don't like it. Now, here is where there's an issue on the table, okay, that I think is being left unsaid. Nene's talked about how she would need to have a conversation with Andy, okay? And they would have to work through some things, right? Now, one of those things that they would have to probably work through is some of the things that she had to say about him last year, okay? Also, too, she would have to work out with the network executives some of the things that she had to say about the network last year as well, as you guys may recall. Now, the things that she was saying, they went on for quite some time. And there was race stuff that was going on in her in what she was saying. And we the fans had definitely, again, we had kind of rallied behind her like, oh no, girl, if you're going through all this, we don't want you to go through that. Okay, we don't want you to feel that way no more. We don't want you to go through any of that anymore. So if that's the thing that you was experiencing over there, girl, we support you as you move on into your new endeavors. So it is coming as a surprise, I believe, to a lot of us now that she is saying this a year later after having campaigned and told the world that there were issues that she faced within the network that were seemingly as a result of her race. Okay? Now, we got to be honest about that because that happened, and we cannot forget that happened. So it is kind of shocking that she is at this point now. But in terms of her being on the show, we're going to talk about this in two different ways. Two things can be true. One, I believe Nene is good for the show. But two, there's a big issue and a big elephant in the room that needs to be addressed, not only between her and the network, but also between her and the fans who have rallied behind her as she stated these claims or suggested that there were issues with her and the network that extended and really were as a result of race. Okay? So again, two things can be true at the same time. And we got to acknowledge both of them, because to not acknowledge both of those things would be really to not really have a real conversation about this. Now, it's real to me because I am a fan of Nene's, but it's also real to me because I also am a fan of the network. So it puts us as fans in a very weird position. Like, what should we think right now? Like, um, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I think that we are a long way from that happening. I think that the new cast is set, but I also think if the new cast isn't working, then the network may be a little bit more open to it. Okay? Um because the network is going to get what the network wants. But if the network don't want, they're going to make sure that you don't get. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Let me give you an example of how powerful these things can be when you have clout within the network. And um this is kind of related but kind of unrelated. I'm going to try to pull it up here. I can't find it now. I'm scrolling through an Instagram page to see if anybody had quoted seen what I can't find it now, but what I will say is this. There was a character on the Real Housewives of Orange County who was allegedly a new character being brought in. And the new character allegedly said some disparaging things about Heather Dubrow's husband and the work that he does, or some work that he had done with her previous plastic surgery. Word got around the group, and the network just brought back Heather Dubrow to Real Housewives of Orange County. Allegedly, word got back to Heather Dubrow that this woman was speaking negatively about her husband's business, and this lady was demoted. Okay, allegedly again. What I mean to say with all of this is, it is a free country, and you are free to say what you like. But it is also you have to recognize that there could be consequences to those actions. There could be consequences to saying what you want. So you have to be prepared for the consequences of those actions. And you kind of have to move forward from there. So I feel like that's where we are with Nene. Nene Leakes, if she spoke her truth, I respect her for speaking it. But at the same time, there is a network out there that may not appreciate some of the things that she said. So I don't know that they would want her back at this point. But I think she's good for the show. And that's that. I'm looking at your comments right now. Thank you. Yeah, Susie is echoing the Real Housewives of Orange County story. It's a sad thing. And I don't know, life after reality TV can be very good if you have everything set up. In my mind, I would have assumed that Nene had so much set up, that she was pretty much set for life. I would have assumed that. So in my mind, I don't know that I would want to come back. Because I think sometimes when I'm done with something, like I'm done with it. Like DJing, I can fully tell you guys that there is in no way, shape, or form I would ever want to DJ another event. Okay? I don't want to do it. It is a time in my life that I thoroughly enjoyed, but when I was over it, I was over it. And when I did my last gig, that was my last gig. Okay? And I don't even know that the network is going to want to pay, what she would probably require, right? You literally just now maybe if when Portia and Cynthia left, that might have opened up a big chunk of the budget. All right. But now I feel like that budget has probably been divvied up between, maybe an incremental raise for Drew, Sheree, and Marlo, and maybe an extra bump for Marlo so that she could, be full time. And then you got to pay, the new girl, which Sanya, and that's probably going to be the basic starter pack salary for a housewife. And by basic, I don't mean I'm not calling it basic. I'm just saying the basic package. This is where you start. Your starting salary as a housewife, as a starting housewife on these franchises, you don't make as much as as some of the OGs or the people that have been there longer. So, in a good starting budget or a good starting salary could be about $3,000 to $5,000 per episode. Right. Exactly. That's also the other word on the street, is that they are not trying to pay those types of salary anymore. They're just not. And it makes sense. If you think about it, the viewership isn't what it used to be. There was a time when viewership for a lot of these shows, not a lot of them, but some of the higher rated shows was up to like 4 million, 3 million. Now they're down to like 1 and 1 point something is good these days, right? So you're missing some millions of people who have other options and other things that they could be watching. And you would have thought that those numbers would have risen when people were stuck in the house during the panorama, but those numbers did not rise to the place where they used to be. So what is it that people are doing with their time? They're watching other programming. There's all these new streaming app networks out there now. And so now, even with having Housewives on Bravo, you can look over to Peacock and you can see that Peacock is also developing these streaming services. How long before most of these Housewives shows move to streaming? And at that point, not to shade streaming, but if it moves over to streaming only, the budget definitely will not be as big as what it used to be. Just talking logistics here, read the tea leaves. Really look at where the industry is going in terms of, television broadcasting in general, then reality TV in general. Okay. And then Real Housewives shows. It's already starting with Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip and then Real Housewives of Miami. Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip is set to start the 18th. That's in about 2 weeks. And then you have Real Housewives of Miami set to start in December. Then you have Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip 2, which is, I think, Ex-Wives at the Manor with Phaedra and Eva and Brandy Glanville. That'll be streaming as well. And look how long they filmed those 2 shows. Those 2 shows were each filmed within a week. You can make that into 6 episodes. I don't really need you for 6 months no more. I don't need that no more. I mean, this is eventually, I think, going to be the way it goes. It may not happen next year completely or the year after that, but I think that's the way that it's going to go. And with Ultimate Girls Trip and listen, here's the other thing, because we talked about this. Ultimate Girls Trip on Peacock, you guys will get 3 episodes. 3 episodes we're going to get on the 18th. Ask me how I'm going to try to review all 3 episodes. It's not going to happen. We'll get 1 review a day. That's what you're going to get. 1. Because I like to get into the nooks and crannies of each episode. So I got to dive into, the little bitty things that people say or do in the background that you don't happen to see. Like last night, I don't know if you happened to see when Dorit was trying to say something to Erica, and then Lisa Rinna tapped her leg real quick. Did you catch that? Because it was almost as though Lisa Rinna said, "Hey, remember what we agreed to." Little things like that you got to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't like to do too many reviews because, you know, that gets hard. But picture it. Okay. You saw it too. See, those are the types of things that I want to talk about. It's not always about what's being said. It's sometimes about what's being communicated non-verbally, right? And again, looking at reactions, looking at every time Erica says something and Kyle's mouth will go, you know what I'm saying? Those are the things that we look for on this channel as well. That's all right. Yep, that's the. Just come on over here and we'll give you the details. Okay. All right. So that is it for today, y'all. I told y'all we had some things to talk about today. Fun stuff, exciting possibilities. Y'all know, we do a little bit of speculating over here. For those who are in the DC, Maryland area, I will be on Good Day DC Celebrity Dish on Monday. We're going to be recapping Real Housewives of Potomac Reunion Part 1 with the crew at Good Day DC. So tune in for that. Also, guys, remember, go on ahead. Head on over to Emirin.com. Emirin.com, you know, we are a health-inspired company focused on developing products that aid in conscious living. Signature products are our sea moss capsules, as well as our organic greens. I have both of those right here. They will come in these size bottles. You take 2 of these a day, and then you take your organic greens. I like to mix it in like my favorite little juice. We did like a pineapple and cucumber juice last week that everyone loved at the event that I went to for Not for Lazy Moms. And then I will take these 2 about 30 minutes before I eat or anytime throughout the day that I remember. And it definitely helps with my digestive issues. I'm all about immune support as well. We also have African mango anxiety formula. So please support. Again, this is just basically to help people, you know, boost their immunity. You know, we just want to help in some kind of way, shape, or form because I know a lot of us have families and we want to be in our best selves as we go into the fall. With that being said, y'all, the website and everything will be down in the link down in the description down below, but I have it right here on the screen. It's scrolling right here at the bottom of the screen for you guys to see. Use code Skye Squad, all capital letters, for 10% off every item. And you know, ooh, Robin, you got to tell us what happens on Wendy Williams. All right, y'all. That's it for today. Y'all know I love y'all, and I will catch you in the next video.